Welcome back to another YouTube video on the OverLandLord channel. Today it is going to be a tutorial about how to install a leisure battery with a voltage sensitive relay, which we have this kit here. That's not meant to be in there. We've got this kit, as you can see. This is the voltage sensitive relay. These are a few bits in here. You would obviously be equipped with more. However, I have taken out whatever I don't need because I have already got some myself. I'll talk you all through that in a minute. This is of course our leisure battery. It is a 100 amp hour deep cycle leisure battery. For all these items I will include the links. I got them all on eBay and then one on Amazon, I think. I will include all the links in the description below, so if you want to do this for yourself, you are more than welcome to. Of course, this isn't just for Land Rovers. If you have a camper van, a car, or just anything, you can buy a leisure battery and of course do your own leisure battery. So we have over here, after the battery, we have an inverter. The third item to our equation. So this takes 12 volts and ramps it up to 230 volts for your regular 3-point plug socket. These are all the wires that came with it, but I have filtered out whatever I don't need because I already have some of my own leads, etc. Okay, so where I've decided to keep the battery is just in here like this. The voltage sensitive relay will go just here, as the battery is of course underneath the passenger seat, so a lead will come through here and then we will have the voltage sensitive relay, and then I will talk you through the rest of it. But this for me is a good place. Obviously you can put your leisure battery wherever you want it. Right, so I've attached this end here to the end of my wire. So all it looks like is this. You use a knife and just make an incision around the plastic, exposing the wire inside. This is just insulation, as you probably already know. So you just put it on basically, and then you just crimp it on with whatever you've got, pliers, or if you're strong enough, just use your fingers like that, and then make sure it's very secure.
I've been told I'm not allowed to say anything, so...
So of course, when you're working on a battery or anything electrical, you do want to disconnect the negative side of your battery. So literally just pop it off, leave it away, and don't leave your battery connected up. Just say it saves your own life and all your electronics. So I'm now going to take my little tiny wrench and I'm going to undo this nut. Alright, so this is your positive terminal, and red and the plus is obviously positive. So I'm going to just undo this one here. This is my choice. I'm going to start undoing that, like so. There is of course the thread inside there. There is that wire. Now I'm going to place my wire through, like so. Make sure they're all touching quite nicely. Make sure that it's all gone quite nicely, and which it has. So what we need to do now is actually include a fuse within here, just to protect the relay, our battery, and us. So I'm going to go and do that now. I'm fairly set with where I want my fuse to go. You want the fuse to go as close to the battery as you can, just because where a fuse is, it's obviously to break the circuit. If this was all the way down here, and then that went to your voltage sensitive relay, which was located here, all of this wire could be potentially dangerous. So you want to add it as close to the battery as you can. So I'm just going to choose this area here. Okay, so as you can see, we now have broken circuit. So I'm now going to attach this, as you might be able to see. Yeah. Okay. This is going to go onto this. We will then put this fuse in between the two. So we're just going to jump to that quickly. Okay, so I have just disconnected this from here, but obviously, as you can already tell, you can see where we last left off. I just disconnected this just for my own ease. So now you've got this here, you've got all this lovely exposed wire, really nice thick wire. Just literally going to rotate that and then practically jam it in. So now we have a two-ended live. Obviously this bigger end is going to go onto here, and this bit is going to attach onto the fuse, which you will see in a minute. And then we're just going to clamp it down. You can use shrink wrap, or not shrink, the stuff that you put a heat gun on, and then essentially it just forms to it all, but I haven't got any. As you can see, that is now on, so that, really nice. It's wonderful, isn't it? Just going to do this end now, and then I'll cut back to when the fuse is going to get it all attached. Okay, so I've just installed this part of the fuse now. So this is again this wire down here, So now I'm just going to quickly show you how I've put this fuse together. So this is just the casing here. This is the actual fuse here. So this is a 100 amp fuse. And so obviously electricity passes through here. Anything that passes 100 amp, that will break and kill the circuit to keep you safe, which I've mentioned too many times now. So as you would have seen, as you didn't see, this is now the other end of this cable, our live cable. This will now attach onto thus. Oh, the other way around actually. No, that's not it. I was right the first time. And then it's just a simple case. Simply screw that in like that, and then we'll just cut to when I've tightened it all up. Okay, so now that's all nice and secure. These wires aren't going to go anywhere. That just needs to be closed up like that, and there you have a fuse built in. So we're now going to move on to the next bit. Okay, so as you can see, we've put in this fuse now. I'm going to try and edit all this in so it smooths quite nicely, but this is of course the other end to this, and this is now the end of that wire. So the voltage sensor relay is going to go just in here like this, and that actually drawn a specific hole for it. But to feed this wire into there, obviously this being a Land Rover, if this was a van or if your battery was in under the bonnet like a normal vehicle, you'd obviously just to run it through the firewall, bulkhead, send it under, and then put it wherever you want to. But obviously with this, it's nice and easy. Literally just going to go underneath there like that. Try not to whack myself in the face. Pull the wire up, thus, and I'll cut back to you once I've done this. So just a quick recap, we've led this wire here through to this fuse box, which is then going under here like this, through underneath the chair. Chair comes forward, up and around here. This will of course all be pinned back into place quite safely, down there and out through there, and I'll join you around the other side in a second. So I've decided to use this bolt here for my grounding point. So I do need to actually ground the voltage sensitive relay, which I will show you in a minute, but just to let you know that you can ground with the negative cable to anything metal basically, as long as it's on the vehicle chassis or frame. But this is the back of the voltage sensitive relay, and here, as you can tell, this is where the ground cable goes in, and this is where I've connected it. So washer, then you put your connector in, and then the bolt like that. So as you've just seen, that is the voltage sensitive relay. That's its ground point there. So now the wire that I fed through previously, sorry about that. The wire that I fed through previously is this one. It comes out through this hole here, and this wire here needs to be cut. Do the same thing where we then put the end piece on, and that will then connect to this bit here where it says there. So I'll do that quickly for you now, and then you'll get to see what it looks like. As you can see, I've just done the same as before. Please get in focus. Literally just crimped that end on, and then I will show you again. It's starting to get a bit repetitive now, isn't it? I'm just going to show you again what this looks like connected to the voltage sensitive relay. Okay, so the red wire, the positive wire that came out from that hole, is now connected up. It's just here, as you can see. And then I've already connected up the end piece of our wire like this, so that now has taken shape quite nicely. There is a back piece to go on this. Once I put it on, it will just sit practically just like that, and then you can easily see, because there is a light just here to let you know when it's cutting in and when it's cutting out. So that is now the voltage sensitive relay all wired up. As you can see, the cable coming in from the starter battery. Then this one is just still lifeless, but of course this is now taking shape. Earth is all connected, so this, from this to the starter battery, is ready to go. So now we just need to connect this dead wire here to our battery. This battery is going to be moved closer to here like this, and in between there you do need a fuse, but again, put the fuse close to the battery. So I will show you that in progress. I've now completed the last and final fuse, as it is now suddenly started to get dark and raining. As you can see, literally just the same as before. If you want to watch it again, just go back a few minutes and you will see how I did the first fuse. That's all done. Positive cable is now all connected. There is my fuse box. Now I just want to put a black cable from there running down to the ground point, and then after that all we need to do is fit the inverter and we are ready to go. Okay, so now I just have my negative wire that's going to go to my ground. I do need to put a clip on this so that it can be attached there like that, but this has just gone through that hole out from the top here and then gone to my grounding point. So I will put that back on for you. I didn't want to like leave too many gaps in between each step. So I'll quickly put that on, attach it up to there, and then we'll give it a quick test. Okay, so previously I just said that we're ready to test it out. We're not quite there yet. I forgot about the last piece. So yeah, that's all connected up now. As you can see, that was literally just put the clip on and screw it down. The next thing to do is wire up the inverter, put a plug in and test out to see if the lights work. Okay, so everything is now wired up. So this is the inverter. I've left the plug sockets just there available. There is a switch on the side here if you want to turn it off like I have done now. Everything is wired up. So just here you have a positive and a negative that you just need to literally put the wire into the hole and then screw a screw into it until it clamps it down so that it's nice and tight. And then you just wire them up to your leisure battery. So now what we need to do is start the engine and wait for this light here to turn to green. Once that happens, we know that this battery is charging up. Whilst that light is off, we know that this battery is not connected to the starter battery so that it can't drain your starter battery. So we'll just give that a try now. As you can hear, the engine is running and that light is now engaged, is now on. So that means that as the engine runs, it means that the alternator is now charging the starter battery and also the leisure battery. So we're going to quickly plug this in and then try it out with the lights just above us. And then that should be good to go. I mean, I've already tested this inside with my phone and all the other appliances that are going to go in, so I know this works fine, but we'll just test it to see if the lights and everything are working. So pretty much that is it. The video will soon be concluding, and I hope I've been very helpful. Okay, so Jasmine's just started the engine up, and you've just seen that. Did you hear the click? I'm not sure if you're seeing editing. Circuit is complete between the leisure and the starter battery. And now when Jasmine turns the engine off, oh, there we go. Yeah, it's just on it. There you go. You've just seen that. And did you hear the little clunk? You may have done, you might not have done, but that's that. So now you're all set up. That concludes the tutorial, the step-by-step process of how to fit a leisure battery either in your Land Rover or in a camper van. If this has helped you out, do please leave a like. Leave me a comment if you have any questions at all, or if you need to get in touch. Visit the @OverLandLord channel on Instagram and hit me up if you have any questions about any of this. So this was my first tutorial on the channel and I hope it has been good. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, of course, do leave a like, subscribe, and see you later.